All right, let's talk crypto. For years, it's been this super complicated, kind of intimidating world. You hear about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these stories of people making or losing a ton of money. It feels like you need a powerful computer, a degree in computer science, and a whole lot of luck just to get started. But what if there was a different way? What if a crypto project was designed from the ground up to be simple, accessible, and most importantly, secure for everyday people? That's the core question Pi Network is trying to answer. It's a project that wants to put the power of cryptocurrency directly into your pocket, using the one device you already have, your smartphone. The whole mission here is to build a digital currency that's not just for the tech-savvy or the wealthy investors, but for everyone. Think about it. Billions of people have smartphones, but only a tiny fraction of them are involved in crypto. Pi Network saw that gap and decided to build a bridge. They're developing a platform where you can participate in the crypto economy without needing specialized hardware or draining your bank account. The goal is to make digital money as easy to use as sending a text message. Well, for a long time, the space has felt a bit like the Wild West. It's a land of incredible opportunity, but it's also filled with risks. When you're dealing with traditional banks, there are all sorts of safety nets. Things like FDIC insurance, fraud protection, and customer support hotlines you can call if something goes wrong. If your credit card gets stolen, you can usually cancel it and get your money back. In the decentralized world of crypto, however, you are your own bank. That sounds empowering, and it is, but it also means the responsibility for security falls squarely on your shoulders. This be your own bank concept is a double-edged sword. If you lose your private keys, the long string of characters that acts as your password, your funds could be gone forever. If you fall for a phishing scam and accidentally give a bad actor access to your wallet, there's often no one to call to reverse the transaction. This is where the concept of the Euler Shield comes in. Now, this isn't an official brand name you'll find in their white paper, but it's a perfect way to describe their holistic, multi-layered security philosophy. Think of it less like a single wall, and more like a medieval castle with a moat, high walls, watchtowers, and guards all working in unison. The first layer of this shield is the blockchain itself. Pi is built on the Stellar Consensus Protocol, which is known for being secure and efficient. The second layer is something truly unique, energy-efficient mobile mining. By making participation easy and accessible to millions of real people, it creates a massive distributed network that is incredibly difficult for any single attacker to compromise. The third and fourth layers work hand-in-hand decentralized KYC and community governance. Finally, the fifth layer is a strong commitment to user data protection. In an age where data is the new oil, Pi Network has designed its system to minimize the data it collects and to give users control over their own information. This comprehensive, five-pronged strategy is what makes up the Euler Shield. Let's zoom in on the first and most fundamental layer of the Euler Shield, the blockchain technology itself. At its core, a blockchain is a distributed digital ledger. Think of it like a shared notebook that is copied and spread across thousands of computers. When a new transaction happens, it gets added as a block to the chain. Here's the magic part. Once a block is added, it's cryptographically linked to the one before it, making it permanent and virtually impossible to alter. Pi Network didn't just grab any off-the-shelf blockchain technology, it specifically adapted the Stellar Consensus Protocol. This is a really smart choice. Some older blockchains, like Bitcoin, use a system called proof of work, which is incredibly secure but also massively energy-intensive, and can lead to centralization where only those with powerful, expensive computers have real influence. SCP, on the other hand, is a federated consensus model. Instead of everyone competing to solve a puzzle, a select group of trusted nodes that you choose works together to validate transactions. So, what does this mean for you as a user? It means the Pi blockchain is designed to be both secure and democratic. The consensus mechanism prevents fraudulent transactions and ensures the integrity of the ledger just like any good blockchain. But because it doesn't rely on a resource-intensive arms race, it avoids the centralization of power that can happen in proof-of-work systems. The network's security is maintained by a distributed web of pioneers and nodes, not by a handful of giant mining corporations. Now for one of the most talked about features of Pi Network mobile mining. When people hear crypto mining, they usually picture those massive server farms I mentioned, burning incredible amounts of electricity and generating a ton of heat. Pi Network completely flips this script. The mining you do on the Pi app doesn't actually perform complex calculations on your phone. It's not going to drain your battery, eat up your data, or turn your device into a pocket heater. So, what is it actually doing? The process on your phone is more accurately described as minting or distributing new Pi. It's a lightweight, daily check-in process. When you press that lightning button in the app each day, you are essentially signaling to the network, "Hey, I'm a real active human, and I'm still part of this community." This simple action serves as your proof of liveness and contribution. The network then allocates a predetermined amount of Pi to you based on your role and contributions, like your security circle. This approach is brilliant for a couple of reasons. First, it makes crypto accessible to anyone with a smartphone, which is a huge part of the mission. You don't need to buy a $10,000 mining rig. The device you already use to scroll through social media is all you need. This has allowed Pi to grow a massive global community of millions of users, creating one of the most distributed networks in the world. This massive distribution is, in itself, a powerful security feature. Second, it's incredibly energy efficient. By moving away from the competitive, energy-guzzling proof-of-work model, Pi Network has created an eco-friendly cryptocurrency. The actual validation of transactions will be handled by computer nodes running the SCP algorithm, but even that process is far less energy-intensive than traditional mining. This commitment to sustainability is crucial for the long-term viability and social acceptance of any modern technology. Pi proves that you don't have to choose between security and environmental responsibility. Okay, let's talk about KYC. Know Your Customer is a standard process in finance used to verify a person's identity to prevent things like money laundering and fraud. But, in the crypto world, it's often a point of contention. Many exchanges require you to upload your driver's license, passport, and even a selfie to a central server. This creates, honestly, a massive honeypot of sensitive personal data that can be a prime target for hackers. It's a necessary evil that feels pretty creepy and centralized for an industry that champions decentralization. Now, Pi Network recognized this paradox and engineered a better solution, a decentralized KYC system. Instead of sending your sensitive documents to a single company server, Pi's native KYC solution uses a clever combination of machine automation and crowdsourced human verification. The process starts with an automated system that tries to redact personal information from your ID documents, showing only what's necessary for verification. Then, the anonymized data is sent to human validators, who are other pioneers that have already passed KYC themselves, from your own country or region. Here's the genius part. Each human validator only sees a small, scrambled piece of the puzzle. One validator might see a redacted version of your ID photo to check if it matches your selfie, while another validator sees only the name to check if it matches the one on your account. No single validator ever sees all of your personal information. By splitting the verification task among multiple, anonymous people, the system ensures your privacy while still achieving a high degree of accuracy. It's a trustless system that leverages the power of the community to secure the network without forcing you to hand over all your data to one place. Beyond the technical aspects of security, there's a human element that's just as important: governance. Who makes the decisions? In a traditional company, it's the CEO and the board of directors. In many crypto projects, it's a small, centralized team of core developers. This can be a huge point of failure. Pi Network is being built to avoid this trap by integrating community-driven governance directly into its structure, ensuring the platform evolves in a way that benefits its users. In today's digital world, our personal data has become one of the most valuable commodities. Tech giants have built entire empires on collecting, analyzing, and monetizing our information, often without our full understanding or consent. This has led to a growing techlash and a demand for greater privacy and control. Pi Network is being built with a privacy by design philosophy, aiming to create a Web3 ecosystem where users are in control of their own data. This is the final, crucial layer of the Euler shield. protecting not just your assets, but your digital identity as well. Pi's commitment to privacy starts with its core application. The network is designed to collect the minimum amount of data necessary to function and secure the network. Unlike many free apps that track your every move and sell that data to advertisers, Pi's business model is not based on exploiting user data. The value of the network comes from the utility and transactions within the Pi ecosystem itself, not from selling your personal information. This fundamental difference in architecture and philosophy means your privacy is treated as a right, not a resource to be harvested. This philosophy extends to the broader Pi ecosystem, especially with the development of third-party apps on the Pi platform. You get to decide what information you share and with whom. Your data, your rules. So, we've broken it all down. Pi Network is more than just another cryptocurrency. It's a comprehensive project built on a vision of making digital money secure, accessible, and fair for everyone. Through its multi-layered Euler shield, combining a secure blockchain, eco-friendly mobile participation, decentralized and private KYC, community governance, and strong data privacy, Pi is systematically tackling the biggest hurdles that have kept mainstream users out of the crypto space. It's building a platform that's not just for traders and tech experts, but for your friends, your family, and people all over the globe. The best part? All you need to get started is the phone that's already in your pocket. There's no complex hardware to buy, no massive electricity bill to worry about, and no financial investment required to begin. By joining now, you become an early participant in this growing global community. You can start accumulating Pi, contribute to the security of the network by building your security circle, and get a front-row seat as the ecosystem develops. You're not just watching the future of finance be built, you're actively helping to lay its foundation, one tap at a time. The project is currently in its enclosed mainnet period, a crucial phase where the blockchain is live but protected by a firewall. This allows millions of pioneers to complete their KYC, migrate their Pi to the blockchain, and for developers to build and test real-world applications on the platform. This is a unique window of opportunity to get involved before the open mainnet launch, which is the moment Pi will connect to other blockchains and exchanges, fully realizing its potential as a global digital currency. The journey of crypto so far has been exciting, but exclusive. Pi Network is writing the next chapter, one that's about inclusion, security, and real-world utility. If you've been waiting for a safer, simpler way to step into the world of crypto, this is your invitation. Download the app, join the network, and be part of what comes next.